Welcome, gamers, to episode 1 of this Age of Wonders 4. Did I say gamers? Yeah, I think I did. It's okay. Age of Wonders 4 Let's Play series. I'm tongue-tied. I'm excited. I am looking forward to getting into this particular game. So welcome to the channel. Before I get started, I will actually just again remind you, if you are a member of my YouTube channel, you can just go and look at any of the games I've got scheduled. You'll be able to access them through your membership area to hopefully, fingers crossed, see sort of see things in advance. So if you are a channel member, if you're sort of not a subscriber, it doesn't apply to subscribers, but YouTube has now activated an option to allow me to schedule and also allow channel members to be able to look at the actual to anything that's going on. If you are a channel member and you don't have access, please let me know, maybe through Discord or through email. That would be very, very helpful. So I often miss the comments that come through. I see a lot of them, but I don't get all of them on YouTube. But anyway, we'll see how we do go. But that should be there for anyone who is a channel member of my channel. Right, let's get into it. We are playing as Caer Gildencrest, the Wizard King of the Dwarfs. We chose the Tome of Enchantment at the start, and so the Tome of Enchantment, we improve units with unit enchantments and specialise in physical damage. So we get +2 Materium affinity back in through this other side. We end up with being able to get the Rune Carver's Camp as well, ultimately, which gives us better draft. We get Sundering Strikes, so it makes the melee and physical range damage attacks again 60% of inflicting sunder defense. So we can sort of, and we get Demolisher essentially with that particular one as well. So the research we can get is Sundering Blades, Seeker Arrows, Copper Golem, things like this. Anyway, we'll get into that a little bit later on. Let's just keep on rolling through. We've got 2 stacks. One of them is a scout unit. The other one is actually our main army. We also have right inside Krefin. I should actually change that to something that's going to be a little bit more easy to read. So we'll just go and actually, where do we change the name? Just call it Riverton. There we go. Except it was just down there. That was the one. He's the governor of Riverton. That's going to be fine. So we've got Riverton is going to be our city name. We do actually have this grouped in through here. Now, because we have really bad production, we're going to need to try to boost production along. And so in this case, we do actually have a production stash underneath this pile of Storm Scale Serpents, as well as a Lesser Storm Spirit. So we'll go and attack that. I won't bother using this one in that particular attack. These are fairly useless. What I want to do here is I want to find locations when we look through the fog of war like this. I want to find the watchtowers, just so I can see what's going on, but I particularly want to find them down towards the corner here, where we should be able to then sort of hole up. There's a fair bit going on through there. There's another one back over there that's a fair way away. Is there anything close? I will take one that's close. That one there is a little way away as well. Yeah, I think the only one that's really sort of showing itself up is this one over here. I might go that way and just make this sort of like the area that we probably move into. There's no roads that extend out this other side. Now we do actually also have different things. Now that mana stash should actually have a protector on it, I'm guessing. We're going to end up expanding down this other side. Let's just move across. And there we go. We've found ourselves a small creature cage. We'll go and take that. Just look for opportunities. We've got a small monster den back over through here. There's been a bit of work done also just on the balance of the maps and the way the maps sort of do work. So again, if you haven't played the game for a while, have a good look at that. Now, what we want to do is initially we just want to expand out and see what sort of loot we can find in around our territory, and then come back to expand properly. So I'm just going to go and grab this particular stack, and I want to use a slow-moving unit. So one of these 2 in through here, to then go and do this initial attack, just so I've got the faster moving ones that can then move off. And I really don't want to be taking too much damage in here. So this is an easy battle. Let's just go and do the easy battle. So we'll just go and for example, move this unit back into here. This is one of our support units. If you have a look at the, I'll go through this in detail with this combat. So we'll actually play this combat out. If I just use the one unit, the stack will still go in and attack. So let's just go and do that one. So we've got all 5 units going in. The Storm Scale Serpents, God, that's a bit of a tongue twister. These are tier 2 units. They're fighter units. A fighter is the most basic of melee type units. It doesn't do anything with any sort of finesse. It means it just comes in and attacks. For example, the most basic of the civilized fighting units is the shield unit, who actually does have a shield and can defend. These just fight, basically. 70 hit points is fairly high. It's got a melee strike, which also does shock damage. Now, we don't have any units on the map at the moment that are susceptible to shock. This one is susceptible to frost. Now, we don't have anything that deals frost damage either. We have a couple of units that do fire damage, but this one isn't open to that. It's a fleeting unit, so this unit is not stopped by enemy zone of control. Okay, so we can sort of zip past anywhere it likes. It's low maintenance, so it doesn't cost very much, and it's statically charged. So when when the unit is hit in a melee attack, the attacker sustains 4 lightning damage. So we have to be careful of that as well. So ideally, we get rid of this one through magic or through ranged attacks. We'll see how we go. That's the fighter unit. Okay, so we'll just close that one off. The other one that was in there was the Storm Spirit. If we have a bit of a look at this one through here. So this is it's got a charge strike. So this is actually a shock unit. A shock unit is a unit that charges in and disrupts the defense of the enemy. So an offensive unit specializes in disrupting the enemy line. A shock unit has a charge attack which counters shield units, but can be countered by polearm units. Now, we don't have any shield units in our army. We won't natively. We may be able to bring some in. They are useful, and they will be useful for us. They're very good for the dwarves. We actually, as reavers, don't actually get to use them. So we only have polearm units, and very strong polearm units. These ones have got blight resistance. They've got shock resistance, but they're, again, frost. They're very, very, very susceptible to frost. Charge strike is fairly strong, so it does 8 and 8, basically with shock and just physical attacks. It's got a defensive mode. It's got a wind barrier as well. So this unit is 60% harder to hit with physical range and magic attacks. So we'll be wanting to attack this one with our melee fighters. So, you know, again, we're just getting a bit of a feel for what to go up against it with. I like to do this because you get a feel for what's going on. This is an elemental, okay, so it's got immunity to bleeding, poison, and diseased. It will evolve eventually into a stronger storm spirit. So that this is a lesser storm spirit, becomes a full storm spirit eventually. It's floating, so it can just move across any sort of terrain. It's got magic origin because it's an elemental, and it's a shock unit. So the charge, you can see there, gains 20% damage per hex travelled up to 3 hexes. So we don't want it moving. We want to be doing our attack against it before it can move. Otherwise, the damage is not just going to be 8 and 8. It's going to be 20% more each hex it can actually do for its actual charge. It's got a movement of 32, so it doesn't move very fast. So that's actually okay. That's just the standard foot troop type movement. The charge strike cancels defensive modes and removes the retaliation attack. So again, we have to be careful of this charge attack. That will still work. It's just that I don't want it to gain the extra 60% damage if it can move 3 hexes. So we'll close that one off. All right, let's go in. So we're just going to go in and we're going to do manual combat. So with this one, we can just sort of talk about what each of our units does and how they sort of then operate. I won't do this with every single battle, but I'll do it when there's important units to consider. Now, if you are watching the game with other YouTubers and they're playing with the avians, you'll most likely find that they can move through their own units. For example, if they needed to move this unit forward, they would just be able to move straight up to that position there. We can't do it because we're not playing as the avians. We don't actually have that fleet-footed, so we can't move through. So this is where the game is going to start to feel more like it's going to feel more unique depending on what race you're actually now playing. And so this is where I did put a suggestion through that they put a little icon on the side as to what race they actually are, just so you can actually see what you're dealing with in basic terms. So, for example, with ours, we've got the see over through here, for example, you've got a little, when we click on this unit, there's a little icon up through here. And this little icon is showing us that because these guys are next to each other, we've got that dwarven ability of having the extra defense. And so again, this is important to sort of know what's going on here. I'm going to need to move in with my actual units. Sorry about the bears grunting. I might just reduce the sound. Hope it's not too, it might be a bit loud for you guys. I'll just move that one down as well. So we want to go and protect our units, but we want to make sure that this one doesn't get its charge. So if it can move to there and then fire, this becomes the danger zone for us from the charge attack. So we don't want that to actually happen. These guys can also just move up to there as well, and that one can move up to there. So we don't want that one charging, which means that I don't want that one moving beyond here. So I'll just move that one up. I'm going to move this one into this position. I'm going to keep this one back. I'm just going to keep this one off to the side. Now, this one I could move in. 1, 2, 3. I can actually move in because I've got, when we looked at what the Dragoons have got, they've got a special ability. And so these are really amazing units for the Reavers, these Cap 3s. I'm going to move it up, fire at this guy, and then move back off again. So when I move up to here, I can now go in, fire the gun. Oops, hang on. Got to left click on that one. Sorry, right click. And then I get to move back at half action points. So I can basically I can't guard anymore, but I can move back again. So I'm going to go and move this one back into here. This is where these are so good at harassing the enemy. It's very, very cool the way it does work. And of course, make sure that you face the way you want to face, because they don't go into guard mode. They've just ended their move, and so you can sort of see through there. There's a little icon there showing that he's sort of now done his special movement. But that is, in fact, we can hover over this one here. Master Skirmisher, attacks disabled. This unit cannot attack anymore at this point in time. So we have now moved, and that's our move. But this is where these are exceptionally good as a Reaver unit. Now we've got these as well. I want to bring these up, but not expose it. Let's just move it up and get these to move across to work with this to then try to capture or subdue whatever unit we can actually then go and net. We're only going to get one turn to do that. Again, these guys they're all dwarves, and so they're all going to get that dwarven protection. Okay, so now we have these, and so we now have another ability in through here. This one's taken the damages with what we saw there before. Again, we want to mainly be doing these, like killing these things off with ranged attacks. So we've got a couple of things we need to do in here. This one will get through. If I can net this one, this has got a range of 4. I think I'm going to cast a net on that one through there. 90% chance to immobilize it. Now I don't get to move this one afterwards, so I'm going to have to move on up. But let's go and do that. Sorry, my dogs are barking. And it's marked, but it resisted the immobilization, so we didn't get a chance to do that one. Now the net has got a cooldown of 1, so we can't do anything else there. So now we have to make sure that we just lock everything in. So we're just going to go, in fact what we'll do is we'll do the damage here. So we'll start to do the lightning damage. Actually, I do actually have over channel, allows you to cast, and we don't want to be casting spells. Now, if I charge in and attack it, I can almost kill it. Now, this one's got a cooldown of 1, so I can't use it every turn. I think I'm going to take this, so I'm just going to move this one in. And this one doesn't matter. This one can move anywhere it likes because it can evade. Again, these are awesome, these units. I can sort of move anywhere I like, including back up into here if I wanted to then go and attack that unit. But let's just leave it so we end up... I prefer to have them protecting each other. So let's go and move that one into there. And then we'll actually push back. No, if I push back, it pushes them back out of the way. That would then stop this, actually, if we do that. Sort of cooldown of 2. So it's now sort of charged through. It's now it no longer, this one can no longer get the charge up. So it's going to be doing less damage. This one here, I'm going to move this one around and then attack this one in through this other side. So again, what I'm doing here is I'm moving this one around. This one now is next to the other dwarf. So the two dwarves are now together, and we now have defensive tactics have kicked in. We're getting better resistance, better defense, and we're also getting more evasion. So by having these standing next to each other, that's working in my favour. Now these can also just bypass and just go straight for after any one of these it wants to, which they will do, I'm sure. So let's just go and just do what damage we can, because these ones don't get stuck into the zone of control. Okay, so we'll end. So I hope this isn't too confusing. We do actually have suppressing barrage as well, but it's going to hurt our own units. I can do it back there or there. Do we want to do it? Yeah, let's not do it. Oh, hang on, there's a 30% chance of becoming immobilized. Yeah, let's do it, because we've still got action points back over here. Yes, we've immobilized the unit at the back. So now what we want to do is we now want to use this one here, which has got a range of 3. So let's move it across into here. That's a range of 2. %90 chance to subdue. Please work. It's subdued. So we've now got this one subdued. This one has to now be essentially destroyed. Otherwise, that one, like this one, can't really do anything. We'll just end our turn in here. Been electrified. So we're going after that tier 1 unit. But it can't really use the use its attack. So the subdued unit is now back there. We do actually have now just a basic marking attack, so we can kill that one off. So let's go and do that. Oops, hang on, keep on doing this one wrong. I want to move this one across. If I go back into there, I'm going to be able to do a lot of damage in here. It's hard for us to hit this one, but that's a good start. And we'll just finish this one off. Bang, gone. So subdued the serpent, and we'll just close that one off. So that's the end of it. And so this one has now been subdued. The storm scale serpent. So after the battle, after battle recruitment, so we can now use some of our points, or do we get them back? Yeah, it's a fighter unit tier 2. I'm going to actually take that one. It's going to cost me a little bit of this. This is the war spoils. So used to intimidate free cities with other empires, as well as to convert subdued units after combat. So we need to build this one up, but we get this unit straight away, the Storm Scale Serpent. Now, do I want it? Do I want it? I can just dismiss it and it's gone. Will I get better? I think we'll take it just for the sake of it. So we'll keep the selected units. So that's now part of our group. So we now have this one has now come back in. This unit did take some damage. Everyone else is actually pretty good. So still turn 1. What I do want to do is just go and get this unit now. I just want to get the units to just do a little bit of basic scouting. Yeah, that one's going to be a little bit much. We've got water down through this other side. That looks like it's a passage underneath. Let's go and send the serpent down. Yeah, that's a passageway. We'll have a look at that. Back over this way. We've got that one heading over this side. We'll send the dragoon down along the road. See what it can spot. There's some loot over that way. We'll send Care out through this other side as well. Just take it down into there. See what else there is. Now, one of the other big things in the game, we're looking for special resources. And at the moment, I can't see any, unfortunately. Iron deposit, yeah, pastures. We're looking for like the special units, and these anyway, we'll get there eventually. We'll find them soon enough, and then we can talk about what they do, because they're now special in the game. So we've got one of these has taken a bit of damage there. This one here is okay. What I might do is I might just leave this one back. I really struggle with the difference between the green and the yellow. I wish that they would change that. I'm a bit colourblind, and it's so similar. I have given feedback, but no one listens. I don't know if that can be. I'm just going to keep that back in this other area so we can heal up. If I move it out, we only heal up a small amount, but we heal up 5 times the amount if we go back inside our territory. Okay, so we have a small monster den, which we'll collect ourselves back together to go and claim that at some point. We'll end our turn in here, and hopefully we can find a special resource. I can then talk about how they work, because they're now worth a lot more than what they were before. And so we'll go through it's still got a bit to go through here. So we've got different units now coming through. This one still needs to have one more turn to heal up properly. Can't really take that one on just yet. Now there is this one over through here. I'll just move through the forest. There's another location there. Let's move that one across. Oh, here we go. So we've now found ourselves a special resource in here. This is Astral Dew. Okay, so it's a magical material. So magic materials are resource nodes that provide bonus effects to your empires, as well as provide city income. These bonus effects can be traded with other empires and free cities. If all magic materials of a type are collected, they will provide an additional powerful bonus. The following bonuses are available: Imperial Essence, Cosmoflux, Elixir, Rings of Binding, etc. But there's so much more that these actually now go and do. And so if you get, we'll just go back to our city again. The way that we started off at Riverton, if we have a look and see the what it's actually got, these structures. So we have got we've got the palisade walls, we've got the ballista towers, we have the city centre, which all cities do start with. Our throne is there, but we also got the wizard tower item forge. So we started off with this one. So unlocks the item forge, allowing you to create custom hero items using binding essence that can only be built in the throne city. So the way that this one then works is that you've now got a new icon up through here, which is the item forge. Let's have a look at this one again, keeping in mind this particular special. What was that one again? That was Astral Dew. So if we go into the item forge and go and click on it, we can forge a new item. So this is a new thing in the Golem update. We have an arsenal for if we've got anything in through here, we can actually now, instead of just using it and getting mana, I think is what we used to get, or money, we can now actually pull apart weaponry that we find that we don't need to get more of these binding essences. So this is the best way to get it, is to find items that you don't want and then pull them apart for the binding essence. So this is actually so cool the way it sort of does work. So you just sort of basically disenchant already powerful things. It then allows you to then go and build. Now, one of the things you'll notice in through here, I'll just close the arsenal. If I go to forge new item, I then actually have like a whole lot of different sorts of, if I show locked, yeah, I don't know if there's any, I don't think it changed it at all. But these are like, we can get one-handed weapons, shields, two-handed weapons, polearms, ranged. We can get magical orbs, for example. Like at the moment, we've got our hero who is using magical orbs. We could sort of then go and decide, okay, well, which sort of magical orb should we get? Maybe we'll use that as an example. I'm not going to build anything just yet, but helmets, torso, legs, rings, wands, trinkets. Actually, wand would be probably a good one for us to go as well. And so these are, so the wand can be infused with an ability infusion. So a lot of these things need to be infused, but we can actually add to them. If we go back to the orbs, for example, if we go back to the magical bolts, if we go and click on that one through there, what we'll see is we start off with a lightning damage coming back into it. So it starts off with its actual damage component back over this other side. Actually, maybe I'll go back. I'll just show you something that doesn't do this. If I just close that one off, just go back in. Forge new item. Let's go to something that can be infused, because that will then sort of show you, I guess, the limitations until you sort of get a few levels up. Let's just grab a ring as an example. Now, we can't actually do any sort of damage, and we can't do anything over through here with abilities, so that they can't be added in yet. I think they will be able to eventually, a little bit. We have these different abilities down through here. So passive infusions back in through this other side. All we can really put in is True Sight, Windshield, or Status Resistance at this stage. This will then change over time. And so, and all of these are exactly the same. We've got 5 of these we can place at like maximum. We also have, when we get these ones, these unlock other infusions in the item forge. And so this is, if we go to the Astral Dew, which is there, I think. No, that's Arachnid, that's Blood. Tranquility Pool. Come on, where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Was it the last one? Focus Crystals. Must be this one here. Yeah, the last, very, very last one. So it unlocks infusions in the item forge related to lightning damage, lightning resistance, and spell casting. So unique global effects is going to have like plus 15 world map casting points. But the Astral Dew itself unlocks the infusions. And so these are the infusions. So I will be able to then sort of go and make like more powerful lightning damage using different types of equipment. If we just go back out again, now I think if we go back, yeah, that just changes it for whatever the name of it might be. I'll just close that one off. I'll just close it again. Just go back in. So if we come in, well, until we get that, really, I don't want to be building anything, but I thought I'd just show you, this is what's new, which is fairly cool. If we just go back across into this magical orb. So when we do it, we get the lightning bolts and the quick stab. So it's the same as just basically a normal lightning orb. So we can just sort of grab that one through there. At the moment, we only have a critical hit chance. So this is a passive infusion for this particular item. Inflict bleeding, animal slayer, or 10% critical hit chance. So if we go and add that, at the moment, it's going to cost me 50 points, 50 of my 200 binding essence, and it's going to take me 2 turns. If I go to critical hit chance, it's now gone up to 110. So it still just has the same attacks, but now it's got the critical hit chance. So ultimately, we can build something much, much more powerful when we get hold of the various special magical resources in the game. Also, that has changed, not in this current update, but just, I don't know if you're aware, but all the mining ones, like the Arcanium ore, the focus crystals, and the firestone stones can only be found underground now. So they're only found underground, and I think all the other 6 are found above ground. So that's sort of how the game now works, which again is pretty cool. It's making it so much more immersive to me. But this is new. I'm not going to do anything just yet, but you can see that it's going to be 110 forge points. We will eventually do this, but we don't need to do it just yet. We want to get something a little bit more powerful there. So anyway, that is new. I didn't mention it in the last video, but I do want to mention it now. So let's just go back across. We'll move down and have a bit of a look to see what's underneath here. Now there we go. We've got a few different roads or railroad type systems under here. Let's have a bit of a look. This opens right up, actually. This is cool. So we'll see what we've got down here. This may be another good location for another city. I'm also looking for other city locations, actually, by the way, for my character. What we're going to find, ultimately, I can't show it just yet, but we will be wanting to, with our Empire development, it will be unavailable until one more turn, and then we're going to be able to create, fairly soon, like a good way of actually then getting cheap outposts, and then a cheap city to come as our second city. Now, we do have up to 2 cities we can actually go and build, and I want to get that second city built pretty quickly. Okay, so that one's done. Just go to the next one. Now I've got to start thinking in terms of what to do with this character. Now that we've found this, I want to get over here. I want to be in control of this. So I'll probably move that way, which means that I will move this one across. Oh, hang on, that one can't move just yet. Now, we were going to grab that with the scout unit. we're going to take this as well. So we take this reward, a Spirit Hawk. Great, these are awesome. So we'll take the reward. And this is great for scouting. There's a seal, one of the seals of victory. This one shouldn't be protected. Let's just move over. It's not my dog this time, it's some other dog that's out there. We've got brigand camps, we've got the blighted tree. Let's just use this for scouting. We'll grab this over here, this watchtower. I will just keep on going down this other side. Enchanted Den back over this other side. It creates a very rich world, Age of Wonders. Let's go and claim this item. Now this is a Ring of the Vicious Killer. So this unit inflicts increased morale penalties when killing an enemy. It affects enemy units up to 3 hexes. So this is actually a good one for us. If we just go and we'll take the reward, and now I'll show you the item forge. And if we go to the arsenal, I can pull that one away and get another 40 back from this particular ring if I wanted to. If I go back into my hero screen with my hero selected, and just have a look at the arsenal back and through here. Ring of the Vicious Killer back and through this other side can be then applied. So I really have to, if I go to disenchant, this again, I don't get money or mana anymore. I only get these building points, so Binding Essence, which is very, very cool. So I'm actually quite happy with that one. Anyway, let's just go and do it. So this unit inflicts increased morale penalties when killing an enemy, affects enemy units up to 3 hexes. So we'll go and throw that one in the ring slot. For now, we'll confirm that. Close that one off. We don't want to go too far away, so I think I'll actually, I'll move back and move down to establish. Looks like that's the coastline down that way. So we might head over this way somewhere and just build in around this astral dew. So we'll start to sort of. There's a independent place. And so this is meeting neutral relic, so Chieftain bought Life Taker. Now we gain war spoils we need to get war spoils to intimidate, and we get them by attacking. So this will become an enemy of ours. So I'll just say goodbye for now. But we want to find these. It's only tier 1. So we'll eventually be wanting to sort of come and get our war spoils, which is up through here, up. And we do that by intimidating and attacking either the independent factions or player factions. So either one of those, we get an ability. If I effectively just hover over that one and just go down to War Spoils. War Spoils are a unique resource gathered by the Reavers through conquest and battle with empires and free cities. They can be used to intimidate and extort. So if we gain War Spoils, so War Spoils are gained through killing units belonging to free cities or empires. So tier 1 units we gain 5, 2 for tier 10 for tier 2, 20 for tier 3, 40 for tier 4, 80 for tier 5. And the heroes grant 5 per level. So getting city and empire units. So it really is a conquistador sort of style approach. I love the mechanics that they've actually put into this game. It's very, very cool the way that one actually does work. Now this unit back in through here, I'm now going to start to come back up because we're going to be wanting to get everyone working together again. Just end our turn. Very cool the way it works. So this one is now healed up. We're going to start to come back down this other side. Now we still don't have the Empire development. How far off are we? Available next turn. And so what we want to do is we want to have 100 Imperium to go and claim this one. We're getting plus 40 per turn. So outposts will cost negative 25% less gold and minus 1 turn less to build, and start with the work camp built, which means we can then sort of go and claim other things around it, which I will definitely do. So let's move this one across. I do want to just do a little bit of searching because this is all coastline. Now if we just go and have a bit of a look, that's inside this area. This is actually not a bad area for us to actually be in. Or what's the next one? That one there is too close to our current location. But this is actually good. Like we could actually set up in here next turn and make this actually where we start, and then we expand out from here along this coastline. There's other changes as well in the game now, where the actual where the water can also now have other things built in it. So there's a lot of changes that have come into the actual game itself. Let's just move that one down into say there for now and just watch what actually does happen. We're going to need to bring everyone else back across to join up, so we'll join these in. It's going to be a couple of turns before we can do anything with that. At the moment we've got it's only 270. It's a cap 3 in there though, the Astral Siphoner. We'll see how we go with that one there. Evil Presence, we'll get rid of that for soon enough. So we'll set up in here. Let's just move across into this one. Is there any other loot for us to claim? It's got figures on it. Got Pearl Reefs now back over through there. So the water side of things has had a bit of a bonus to it. This would be a good place for us to set up as well. Back over in through this other side near the seal. There's some good things over this way. There's more loot back over there, so we'll go around this one, and there's another way underground there as well. I'm going to keep this thing searching. So there's a Temple of the Goat here. It's a silver. We'll go this way. Just going to walk through this small monster den. Okay, we've got a production stash back over there as well. Evil Presence in the land, just from that one, we won't worry about it. Okay, we'll end our turn there. I don't know what the shaking is. I haven't noticed that before this update. I don't think I like it. I mean, I don't hate it, but I don't like it. Now, we should, if we get close enough to this one, we should then be able to tackle this. I don't know if this one will get close. Yeah, no, it won't do that one. And I would like that one to come in. So we'll start the process here now. Now that we've got this one available, so we can now go and get the military engineering to allow us to then build these outposts. And these will become important to us in this game. So we'll close that one. And we're just going to go and set up building an outpost in through here in the Astral Dew area. So we don't claim that yet until we actually get rid of those other guys. Let's just move on up. Bring those in, that's 4. We got a 5th one somewhere. What else are we building in here? So we've got the Harrier coming next turn. So these are just taking their sweet time to get there. Next turn we're going to be able to get more coming through. Yep, we've got the Empire Skill Development. We just went straight there. Let's have a look down in here. Just get a bit of a feel. Now that's actually a location we do want to just go and grab some of these just while we're in here. So this is a cartographer, and we also then have a bit of a gold stash in through there as well. There's another brigand camp. We'll clear that one out. Now we can't break through these just yet, so let's just move on up and just see where this one actually leads to. That's production. That should rush 63. Should be enough for us to then get our storehouse. Nope, still not quite. And we can't go in the water with this. Okay, it's protected. We'll swing back around the other side and just sort of see what else we can spot. Such a beautiful game. Such a beautiful game. There's another seal. It's going to be a little while before we can claim the seals. They're quite these are I should actually show you these as well. So a seal provides +1 point of the seal's victory every turn for the empire where it has units on this actual seal itself. Now seals, I don't know if it'll show us this in here. Seal's victory. To achieve the seal's victory, an empire needs to accumulate enough points from capturing and holding seals. Seals are found throughout the world and can be captured at any time. For each seal you have captured, you gain 1 point each turn. During this time, seal defenders will spawn every few turns at one of your claimed seals and attempt to take back the seals from your control. If you control more seals, they will spawn more often. So seal's victory has to be enabled by adding one of these seal realm traits. Yep. So we are playing the seal's way of playing it. But this will then keep on spawning attackers coming in all the time against us, which is pretty cool. This is a new unit that's actually now come in as well. And so these are sort of like protective golems. So progenitor golems, tier 5 mythical units, very, very hard to kill. And so these are sort of now more protective of the astral plane. So they've got all sorts of different things that they then go and do. Limited sealed. So this one, target enemy unit has a base 100% chance of becoming sealed. I don't know what that means. Cannot move or act. Is immune to all damage, and if status effects doesn't count as being in battle. Effects last if the other effect ends if the other linked unit dies. That's a new aspect as well. Very, very difficult to attack this. So seals are not going to feature for a fair few episodes just yet. Spells ready to cast. I don't want to do that one. Outpost founded. So we've now got this outpost. Now we can go and grab another location. So this is where we've got, this is now a new sort of icon that we actually have. So we've got a fish farm income if we wanted to go and grab those, but there will be more things available to us over time with those. Now I'm thinking I'm going to go and build the palisade walls, and we will actually just go back in here because we can claim one of these. Now we do actually have a quarry back in through there as well, and we also have a like a conduit style thing in through that side. But the game itself wants to have growth. So I'm going to grab the farm from here, and then we'll have to clear that one out, or we grab the forester from there. That will then open up other things, but the farm eventually, the pastures are occupied. We do have a river there, so that's a good one for a farm. We'll just grab the farm there. So we'll claim this area. So these two cities will ultimately then connect up, and that will be good for us. So we'll sort of end up sort of growing into these different zones that are in through this other side. So there's our two. This will ultimately, not just yet, but it will ultimately be our next big city. So this one through here, we can get another quarry, we can get mine, we can get farming back over this side as well. I think we'll go farm, just to get the food and get the growth. Okay, so let's just go and claim that. And this. So we've now located a fairly big town in the south. We probably don't need to worry too much about what's up through there. Actually, I might just go back out and we'll come back and look at all this afterwards. Here we go. We've actually now found one of the other empires. So this is Sanguine, the Atona. This is Halflings, bloodied Halflings. Well, they have to be killed. Now, if we go and have a look and see what these have got, like if we have a look at the bloodied Halflings, we're going to see these have got underground adaptation, quick reflexes, and light-footed. So they've still got the same sort of halflingy type things, but these are underground halflings. These are not the standard halflings that we saw in the last episode. But again, I love the idea of the changes to the factions now are quite cool the way it does work. What are they? So they're bloodied. They are. Can we see in through there? Not sure what type they are actually. What are they? Yeah, they hate us. Just say goodbye. We won't do anything one way or another. There's these fanatic isolationists. They're going to be a problem. They're going to be a problem, but also an opportunity for us, because every single one of their units we kill, we end up getting more of this war spoils. So we'll just say goodbye for now. We've got to be a bit careful because they're just right through here. So that's their territory right there. We might as well have a bit of a look and see what they've got. They're already size 3, we're only size 2. And they'll be sort of growing fairly strong fairly quickly. Well, we'll move that one in, and we'll clean out this area. So it's a low-risk battle. I think we'll finish off this episode with this particular attack. Just do a quick save, just in case I absolutely have to save scum if I screw something up terribly. Let's have a look and see what we're up against. So this one here has got a single melee strike of 17. It's ethereal, so it can pass through objects. Next one is it's a fighter unit, so it is just a fighter. It's just going to come straight at us. It's got astral pull, so it pulls target to a hex adjacent to this one. All of our units are fairly strong, so I don't have to really worry too much about that one through there. Defense mode, yep, so it gains a little bit in through there. Astral membrane, melee attackers for 30% chance to become stunned. That's we're going to be careful of that. Astral torrent, so when this unit dies, friendly units within a 2 hex radius heal, so it heals them up, and it's got pass through because it's ethereal. Okay, so that's that one. Then we've just got these units. These are astral wisps, so the cosmic bolts. These are ranged attackers. They've got a defense mode, astral membrane again. So melees are going to struggle with this one, and we've got pass through as well. So we'll just close that one off. So we'll just do manual combat. What else they have? Displaced reality. Every 2 turns, all attacking units are displaced by 2 hexes. So it's going to be unusual. We'll just see where this one can come. Now it will use its pull. I don't know how far that one goes. It's got a range of 4, and it can do that one from anywhere. So we don't want to be moving too far off. What we want to do is just move into, get a few of these sort of moving into different locations and just get them ready. Again, we'll just get the dwarves all connected up. Get this one ready as well. So it will have to move, and so it will move and then use the astral pull, and that's all it can do when it does it. It may still come, no, it won't come down anywhere closer with the other one. So we want to use the ranged attacks as much as possible. It's probably going to take this unit in. I didn't do the astral pull, that's interesting. Got a 90% there. Then we'll move that one back. %75% chance with 2 of them there. It's got a 90% chance, so I'll take that one. Might be able to blind it. It's been marked and blinded. Okay. That'll make it a bit easier for everyone else. It can't be immobilized because it's ethereal. This one's got lightning weakness. Just leave that one back up. Now we do have suppressing barrage. Again, it's just going to do a little bit of damage to them, but not a hell of a lot. I'll still take it. There we go. Okay, they're all coming this side, which is a bit of a problem for this unit here. Now I can't get in there with anyone. The only one that can actually break through in here is this one here. Now, that's astral membrane through there. That should be the better attack over here. We got stunned in that second shot, so we're now stunned into here. I can now move this one back out of the way. None of these can be applied. Can you heal yourself up? You can. I can kill that one off. It may also become stunned, but so be it, I think. I've got to use these. Yeah, so these are both now been stunned. And it did heal that one up. 75%, let's just go for it. That's good. There's only 2 of them left in that stack, 5 in that stack. So defensive tactics with all of those. This one doesn't have the defensive tactics. Again, we've got another one of these. Yeah, that'll kill that one off. So just left with 1, that's good. Now it's a 2-turn cooldown for this. Oh, we're still stunned. What are we stunned for? Must be for a while, actually. I thought it was only it'd be for 1 turn. Defensive tactics there. Just can't reach it. Okay, must stun them for 2 turns. Let's have a look and see. That's different if that's the case. Not sure. Anyway. Yeah, stunned is now gone. Do you have your pistol back? Yes, you do. Good on you. Boom, gone. So that's awesome. We've now got ourselves we now control the astral dew. So we'll just close that one off. And so the battle is now won. So astral dew is now acquired. So I've got one of these. So if we can get Archon Blood and Tranquility Pool, we'll then be able to get the Cosmoflux Elixir. But in this case, the astral dew is fine because we're going to get extra lightning damage. So to finish this episode off, let's have a look and see. We did level up here as well. So the first one I like to get, often I like to get the Inspiring Leader, just so we actually have less unit upkeep. But I think we might go with Lightning Evoker, and we'll just go with full-on damage. So we'll just confirm that one. Now he has got a Lightning Orb, Tier 1 Primary Lightning Orb. So it does 10 lightning damage basically. So if we just go and close that one off and just see what we can now do with the astral dew. So the astral dew will be, I'm not sure where it shows up, but when we go back into the item forge, we'll now see we've got astral dew in through there. Looks like the number of them may actually impact what it does as well. So if we go back in, I don't know if we got a sword for example, it does basic damage. It doesn't do anything, there's no lightning damage there, though. That's interesting. Just close that one off for a second. Go down to shielding. Shielding won't have anything to do with these. Here we go. Lesser lightning shield. Yeah, requires astral dew. So this one does. It's damage reflection. So when a melee attack hits, the attacker sustains 6 lightning damage. So again, pretty cool. And this one here warded as well. The unit has 3 resistance against magic attacks and requires the astral dew for that one. So this is very, very cool the way it now all sort of ties in. Very cool the way it sort of does work. So let's just go back and grab a got 2-handed weapons, pole arms. We're really looking again back in through here. If we get the magical orb, which already comes in with one lot of lightning damage. Now, do we get any more? We've got bleeding. This one here, reflect status invulnerability. So base attacks have a 60% chance to inflict status vulnerability. That's from astral dew, or inflict sundered resistance. So base attacks have a 60% chance to inflict sundered resistance, which again comes from this one through here. Base attacks, yeah, bleeding, animal slayer. So they're the basic ones, and then these are the new ones that come in with the astral. We should have the little symbol on it so you can sort of tell which ones it actually is. Let's just go back. And we've then got staves, dual weapons, which the Reavers actually use, pistol and sword. The helmets. Let's just see if there's anything in here. Yeah, lightning resistance from astral dew. So reduces lightning damage, so it's not really what we want. And I think if we go back to the wands, select at least one infusion. There's nothing selectable. Oh, here we go. Back over here. Heal, magic missile. If we went with magic missile, always hits at range 6. We still can't infuse it with anything. Okay, so this is just purely a magic missile wand, which would then chew up half our points if we went with that one. Again, it wouldn't be bad for our hero to have this one, like for our king. Yeah, let's go back. Let's go back and just have a quick look again. Now we've got trinkets. So these are like amulets and things. Casting points. That one here. So this is a casting point bonus. So this one gives you +10. This one gives you +20. Now that would be useful in a lot of ways, but not for us. Not yet, anyway. So that one is one that does come with astral dew. I wonder if you can. No, you can only have one of them. And that one's going to cost exactly 200. I don't think I'll worry about that one. I love this. I absolutely love it. It's so cool. Let's just go back to our magical orbs. Yeah, so base attacks have a 60% chance to inflict sundered resistance. I think I might wait even further. But we are now seeing more and more stuff coming in here. It's going to get quite intricate of what we can go and build. Let's wait until we actually have a real need. I'm thinking the lightning wand would be good, but I do want to get more and more of these. Go back to the arsenal. Yeah, we don't have anything in the arsenal at all. That's all fine. So we'll close this one off. And we are out of time, guys. So I'm going to leave it here. So we've sort of now making our expansion down through this other side on the river. Sorry, on the edge of the sea. And then we'll start to sort of lay waste to these sorts of areas and claim this one as well. Now, that's the other point. We may not need, like, as you know, I will make this into a city ultimately. I've got this one now coming through as well, another skirmisher. Let's go and move this one down. Probably end up sort of swinging past. Maybe even, what's this one here? It's a silver ancient wonder. Maybe a bit much for us at this stage. I'll end my turn, so I'll leave it here, and then I'll end the turn at the start of the next episode. So thanks for watching, guys. That was episode 1. Episode 2 will sort of come back. We're going to have to look out for Sanguine. She's going to be a bit of a pain. She's not that far away from us. We're going to have to sort of expand out in this sort of territory and look out for her. She's going to be a thorn in our side for a little while, I think. Anyway, we'll see how we go. We're not really in a position to go and take her on just yet. We need to sort of build up. Anyway, fun times ahead. I'll catch you next time. Thanks for watching.